Welcome again to another widget training with me, Scotty, and with Chad. So Chad is going to go over a couple of widgets today. We're going to start with the code script and possibly do the real estate. So Chad, take it away.
Okay, so the code script widget, for those of you that are not familiar, this is used to add external JavaScript code that you want to embed in a specific point in a website. So once you create that, it's going to ask for the code right here. And for those not familiar, I'll go over just a real quick lesson. Basically, I made this little brief website that explains there's three main languages that make up the average website. You're all probably at least heard of all these. The HTML is the hypertext markup language, and that's the core language. That's what everything is made up on the website as far as the content, like the text and the images. That's all in HTML. And the CSS is cascading style sheets, and that's the look and the layout, like the colors, the formatting, the font, the text, and all that. And that's all controlled with CSS. And JavaScript is a third language that's used in many websites, and that adds enhanced functionality and extra interactivity, basically, so you can do more stuff on your website that you wouldn't be able to do with just regular HTML. And what I have here is I have some examples. Basically, these are just all different small sample codes that you can use and copy over. Like this one, for example, shows the current date. That's all it really does. It's just the current date, and whatever date is, it'll show it accurately. And if you were to come back on another day, it'll update to the current date. So you see the code here on the left. You would simply copy all of the code, go back to your widget, paste the code, and when you save it, it'll now add that particular script right to your website, and it shows the date right there, Wednesday, May 8th. If you know a little bit about the coding, it's useful to learn just some basics of coding, like some basic HTML and CSS, just because it makes building websites easier. But we're not going to teach any specific coding today. But once you do understand the coding, you can easily edit objects and edit the code. Like, for example, see how it says right here, options, weekday, long, month, long, day, numeric, year, numeric. Once you understand what that is, you can change it. So if I were to take this numeric and I wanted to change this month to numeric, and I replace the long with numeric. So you see it's Wednesday, May 8th, 2019. Once I save this, it'll now show Wednesday, 5/8/2019. So it shows the month in numeric now. So that's pretty much how JavaScript works. Is it's similar to HTML, a little bit different, and it adds enhanced functionality. You can see here we have this other code. This refreshes the page on click. So once I click this button, this will refresh the page. And you don't actually have to make a new widget for each code that you create, as long as you space them out and you see the end of the script right there. And as long as you put a space and the second script after it, it'll put the code right next to it. So you see there's the button. And then if we click that button, you can see it refreshes the whole page and generates a new random number. There's a random number that it generates, and every time I press that button, it'll generate a new number. And this is just very sample coding. This doesn't seem useful, but that's because it's very small coding designed just for a demonstration. Once you understand JavaScript, you can do a whole bunch of cool stuff with it, and you would just simply use the code script widget to insert it anywhere you want in the website. Excellent. That's pretty much how it works.
Yeah, excellent. I know that'll be somewhat of advanced training, which, again, as I always state, all the advanced training, everybody will all get to as well, and that'll be trained by Silvio too. And that may be a little bit after launch. It'll be starting really shortly after launch. And then Chad, yes, we will. So the little cheat site that Chad had, you want to pull it up, Chad?
This one?
No, the other site.
Oh, this one.
The script examples. That one kind of there. The quackit.com, is that it? The example?
Yeah, quackit.com. I can probably put that in the comments.
Yeah, put that in the comments, please. There you go.
Yeah, just so you know, JavaScript is kind of an old language too. You know how like websites have been around for a long time, so has JavaScript, and not all JavaScript code is going to work with all current browsers. Like I found some code that only works on Internet Explorer just because it's so old. You know what I mean? Right. But yeah, just be aware of that type of stuff.
So like for everything, you put it in, you try it on all devices to make sure that it does work, all browsers, all devices, everything. Again, I always like to still point that out whenever I build anything. it is, I'm looking not only at my phone, I'm looking at, my wife has an iPhone. I'll look at hers. I mean, I look at every single thing just to make sure that is exactly how I want it to look before I present it to anybody. That's just checking my work. Since it's so easy once you put all the work in to go in and just adjust it as you see fit. So excellent, Chad. So that's what I do for a lot of CSS too as well. I do something similar, and I do have a cheat sheet for CSS code that we'll be putting in before launch for everybody too as well. And that's the same thing. I just copy some code, put it in, see if it works. If it works, great. Now, obviously, when we talk to somebody like Silvio, when Silvio's going to teach CSS, he obviously doesn't do it that way. He creates his own. So that'll be part of that advanced training.
Right. Nice. Yeah. I remember like JavaScript was especially used a lot in like the early 2000s and the late 90s. If you ever been like on a website that and all of a sudden you see like hearts or stars following your mouse or like little things dancing across the screen, that was usually done in JavaScript. And a lot of those codes don't actually work with modern browsers.
Excellent.
JavaScript still does work.
Excellent.
Yeah, so you want to go over real estate next?
Yes, let's go over the real estate widget. So that, and we will put that code also in Scud too.
Right. Okay. And then okay. So as far as real estate widget goes, it's probably one of our more complicated widgets, but it's still easy once you get into it. It's pretty self-explanatory. This is used to create a page of listings for real estate and property, and it automatically organizes them nice and neatly. And you can see on the left, it's got the information. When you click it, it'll open up with information about that property, and it's got the bedrooms, bath, square footage, and cars or parking spaces, and it does that for each one, and it automatically organizes that. So it's a really powerful widget if you want to show off property. And you can also, once you've created all of your items, you can also download the XML feed, which can be uploaded to Facebook or other sites to easily share that property. So in order to create a new property, you'd simply click add a new item to the list. And it seems pretty intimidating, but it's all pretty self-explanatory once you get into it. You just fill out each box with the proper details, property type, you choose what it is, apartment, and also, you may have noticed the little Facebook F icon next to a lot of these boxes. That's used for the Facebook uploads, basically. You have to fill in each one of these boxes if you want Facebook to be able to rate it properly, and then you can upload it to like Facebook Real Estate and stuff like that. So you just fill out each form, and we'll kind of go through it, and we'll save it as we go so we kind of see how it looks. You fill out property, the availability. You can choose, if it's for rent, for sale, however you want to do it. Listing type is basically who's selling it and what type of listing, whether it's for rent by owner or agent or foreclosed or a new construction. Currency is the standard currency, and then the price is going to be the price for the property. So once we save this, move that out of the way, you'll see once we scroll down, it has created basically just the price because that's all we filled out so far. As for display price, what this does is any text that you enter here is basically going to override the current price, and it's going to show that instead. So the standard price and currency would be used for Facebook, and it would read that numeric number and show it as the price. If you want to display something different, you would type this here. Like, for example, if you wanted to sell a house for 10 goats, whatever you want to do, something weird, you could scroll down, and it'll override that and replace that with that. And if you leave it blank, it'll show just the standard price. So that makes sense?
Makes sense.
Yeah. So the size you would enter, here's where the square meters or the square footage, so you'd enter that. And then the property features, you'd highlight whatever features it has, and you can hold down the control key to select more than one option. So you'd hold down control and select the balcony, air conditioning, and indoor parking, and that would highlight all the property features. Next to it is the bedrooms and bath. So you'd enter the total number of bedrooms and bathrooms and parking spaces right below that. And you can even do land size. And you can leave that blank if it doesn't apply to anything. And right below that is a street address. So here's where you'd enter the address of the actual property. So just so you know, this street address is essentially for Facebook, and this is what Facebook is going to read as the street address. Below that is the actual map, and the address for this is separate in the sense that, they're two different forms. So whatever I input here is going to show for the map. Whatever I input here is going to show as the official street address. So once I save this, I'll save this, for example. And that street address would show up on Facebook, but once I were to actually open up the, I need a picture to, or I need a title to open up the property. So below that is a title. You'd enter your title, and then that would be the title for the property. And once I open it, you'll see there's the map that we just put, and there's the address for the map we just uploaded.
Mm-hmm. Very nice.
And then right below that is where you'd enter the actual text, and this would be, you know, the actual information about the property, all of this stuff in here, all of this text right below. There's a subtitle, and then all the text about the property, and then the map is at the bottom. You enter your main text here, and then the images right here. So you got to have at least some, you know, image for property. No one wants to buy a house without actually looking at it. So you'd put your image here, and you can upload multiple images, and that'll create a slider automatically. I'm sure you're all familiar with that.
Mm-hmm.
You see it added the image. There's the title. There's the price. There's the information, the square footage, bedroom, bath. And then below that, that's pretty much it. You can add a button if you want. You know, watch the buttons tutorial to understand that. You can do link to external pages, start a phone call, whatever you want to do. And then SEO, Open Graph and URL, is for like search engine optimization and social media. But pretty much that's about it. It's pretty simple to do. You just fill out all the property details, give it a picture, a title, a price, you know, square footage. And once you've set for that particular item, you can go back, make sure it's saved. You'd go back to the real estate widget, and you'd add another property, keep going down the line until, you know, you fill out everything. And then additional options and additional styles are just like all the other widgets, you know, mobile, desktop. And that's about it. It's pretty simple. Once you're all set, you can download the XML feed, and this will let you copy everything and upload it to a different server.
Yeah, it's a very, very handy tool, and it's something that Sylvia created. I think it's quite incredible. You know, is it the, you know, like a Remax site? No. But is it something that your average real estate person is going to absolutely love? Yes, because I actually have had real estate people use it. One of the things that they loved about it was not only the real estate part of it, which we're showing now. Now it's their business is in the palm of their hand. So because when you have the autoresponder, you have the click to call, you have everything on it, now they have a mobile office right in the palm of their hand. It's just so easy for them to have it all right there instead of multiple different platforms that they actually have to get all their information from. So it's been able to take a whole lot of different systems that they were using, put it all into one nice little one. And it's simple for your average real estate person. So thanks, Chad. That's well done.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, it's really good. You know, it's like he said, it's no real estate website, but you know, people can customize it however they want, and it's on their own website, which is
and that's what we're targeting. We're targeting. Can we do a full-fledged site that we could sell for $10,000-$20,000? Yes, but we are looking to go and put this in the hands of the people that don't have those kind of resources. The ones that just want to, you know, just starting their business. They want something really, really professional out there that they're not getting from anybody else. So now they have it on us. So it's just a great little tool. So, and then George, click the call sample, please. George, we've gone over that in other tutorials. You just would basically add a button. Or you would simply go in and you would add another widget, such as a free form or a form contact in there. And
yeah.
You can also add it right there.
Yeah, for each independent list item, you can add buttons to each list item, and you would basically just do start a phone call. You'd enter your phone number, and then you can...
We got to remember, too. We got to remember, if we're adding a click-to-call, the click-to-call will only want to be on mobile. So if I'm adding a click-to-call feature, I'm basically going to put a widget where I can just have a click-to-call feature on it and just show that just on mobile, because we don't want to click-to-call on desktop. That really doesn't fit there. So always keep that in mind and where you want it to show. Yeah.
Right.
Whatsoever. Yeah. So also with that one, George, since this is the last of the widget training videos, so yay, thank you, everybody. What we're going to be doing now is we're going to start doing trainings where it is question and answers, and we'll build a website. We'll put buttons on, where we'll build a website that we don't really care the way that it looks. We're just going to build a website and have some fun with some buttons. We'll show you all the nifty little tricks that things can do, and we're just going to go now into having some fun with the platform. I hope everybody is ready for that because it should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's a lot of good stuff coming.
Yeah, but that's about it. So with that, and you pair that up with the food ordering system, and it's pretty awesome what you have. There's really not an industry out today that we don't have a solution for them. So everyone, thank you so much for today. And if there's no further questions, Chad, again, great job on that one.
Yeah, I mean, I guess.
am going to start from scratch, George. Yes, I am. We're going to start 100% from scratch. We're not going to start from a template at all.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Everyone, thanks again. And Chad, excellent.
Yep. Thank you. Have a good day.